Hey guys, it's Sam. I'm out here at the bridge. If you guys were in church last week, you may have heard me speak a little bit about Blessman Ministries and about my trip this summer. And for those of you that weren't here last week, you can catch a video on my blog. I'll put it down here at the bottom of the screen. But to give you a short synopsis, basically I am planning on going to South Africa over the summer for about 7 weeks. And I'm currently in the process of doing some fundraising as well as just kind of promoting Blessman Ministries in general to give you kind of an idea of who they are. So today I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit about why I chose to visit South Africa this summer. I was presented with kind of the option to either serve House of Hope or Blessman Ministries. Now I did end up obviously choosing South Africa. A couple of reasons went into that, and one is because they do a lot with fair trade and their sustainability efforts, and that's something that I really have a heart for and a passion for, and something that God's just really laid on my heart lately. And I think a large part of that has really come from me working out here at the bridge. And again, like I talked about last week, Hope is a huge part of kind of pushing me to get involved out here and really learn and develop this heart and this passion for fair trade and understanding that it's so much more than just a product on the shelf. Although there are a lot of reasons that I did choose South Africa and the reasons that I did, there were also a lot of things that were kind of holding me back from making that decision. And one of the biggest things I can say without fail is just simply the financial burden of it. It costs near $6,000 to go. It's $80 a day. So as a college student that's currently unemployed, it's a big number for me. It really is. It costs $2,500 to $3,000 just for the flight there. Now, thankfully, I have been so blessed to have a church that's really stepped up and offered to pay for my flight there. So for me, I have a way to get there, and I'm there already, and I have a flight back too, so that's great. And it takes a huge burden off of me to know that my flight's taken care of. So when I come to you guys for fundraising and just to kind of help me with this financial burden, I come to you knowing that it's going to be closer to $4,000 than it would $6,000. And when we love the least of these, then they will be. I started thinking of ways to maybe raise this money, and as I started thinking about it and reflecting and praying about it, I really had a hard time with the idea of just raising money for simply myself and to just simply get myself there and support myself while I'm there, because as all of you know, there are people that I will be working with that are a lot worse off than I am and could have easily used the money that I'm using a lot more than I really could have. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know. At what point does the money being spent on a missionary, would it be better used for the mission itself? And what I mean by that is, can you actually place a monetary value on sending someone to do God's work? Now, I thought a long time about this, because I thought if it cost near $6,000 to go to South Africa for 7 weeks, would that be okay if I was only going for a week? If I was only going for 3 days? If I was only going for a month? And so, as I thought about this, I was really continuing to struggle with at what point is it too much to spend for the amount of time that I'll be spending there. Now, the way that I kind of resolved this in myself is that I kind of came to this understanding that all the money raised shouldn't necessarily go to just sending myself to South Africa and getting myself there, that in the process I really need to help others. I need to help Blessman Ministries as a whole. So in this, I have decided that 50% of all donations raised will be donated straight to Blessman Ministries. I'll talk a little bit later about what that money will be used for. And then the other 50% will obviously be used to support me on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, it is $80 a day. A lot of questions the past couple weeks about, well, what if you don't raise enough money to be there? And I think that's a very good question, certainly. And what I've come to answer with that is that since it is $80 a day, I'm just going to go by it on a day-to-day basis. If I'm only getting enough to stay there for 2 weeks, then I'll be there for 2 weeks. If I only have enough to be there for 3, I'll be there for 3, and so on and so on. So this is just kind of the point that I just really need to trust in my heart that God's got it under control, and that He really knows, He knows how long I will be there. I completely 100% understand that not everybody is able to financially support Blessman Ministries or myself as I travel, and I completely get that 100%, and I truly think that I do appreciate that a little bit more now that I am, what would you say, a poor college student, I guess. I do get it, and I completely understand that. What I understand more, though, is that as a missionary and as somebody who is out on mission on a day-to-day basis, prayer is the most powerful form of support. And I just ask that you pray with me and let me pray for you. I want you guys to go ahead and stop by the table out in the Commons. I have a little journal out there. You guys can write down any prayer requests you have for me. I'll be praying for you guys because as you guys work to support me and pray for me, I think it's only right that I do the same for you. And so as you guys are doing your daily prayers or your weekly prayers, or maybe you stop in for church, I just ask that you do pray for Blessman Ministries, especially the women we're working with, and as well as just any support that you can give, any personal prayers you may have. Please let me know. I will be more than willing to do so. And again, you guys can visit my blog too and post on there. I'll be checking that daily, so just let me know. But other than that, I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you guys have given to me as a person and along my spiritual journey. It means the world to me. And so the financial support is just a small fraction of the support of a whole. And to me,